Notice the giant set of
choppers,
monster critter like teeth inside my snatch.
I froze some teeth.
I never
like
quite caught that before.
Shark.
I was wondering why, I would go to the grocery store, buy 3 pounds of ground beef. I go to cook it, and there's only 2 pounds there. I didn't know what happened, and it'd be drippy. I didn't know. Is that what was going on?
Wakes me up in the middle of the night. It makes me sleepwalk to the fucking fridge. Just
drags you in there.
Cram fucking raw meat in your vag.
Come on! The weekend has landed. All that exists now is clubs, drugs, pubs, and parties. I've got 48 hours off from the world, man. I'm gonna blow steam out of my head like a screaming kettle. I'm gonna talk cod shit to strangers all night. I'm gonna lose the plot on the dance floor. The free radicals inside me are freaking, man. Tonight I'm 𝓚𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓂. I'm Peter Popper. I'm going to Never Neverland with my chosen family, man. We're gonna get more spaced out than Neil Armstrong ever did. Anything could happen tonight, you know? This could be the best night of my life. I've got 73 quid in my back burner. I'm gonna watch the lot, man. The Milky Bars are on me!
And now, live from Rule 34 Studio, I bring you a girl with all of the toxic masculinity of a man without the cock. Here she is, your host, the one, the only, Kinky Katie.
Hello, and welcome to the show. This is Kinky Katie's World number 423. I am your host, the succubus, the terror vampire, Kinky Katie. With me, as always, is my absolute favorite flesh-covered fuck toy, Mr. SC.
Right.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm glad. Are you non-scared, non-frightened?
Of what? Why would I be frightened? No, what are you talking about? You have your I can do it hair on.
That's right.
You look very like you're gonna go rivet something.
Well, yeah, no, and it's kind of funny that you mentioned something about dicks in the intro because
Did I?
I am wearing, yeah, you're saying all the toxic masculinity but without the dick.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm wearing one of your old shirts that says it's the big package delivery service. The
Correct.
Dick hung well.
Yeah, no, it's just I think it just No, it just says dick.
No, it says Dick hung well.
Does it?
Yes.
Huh.
That's your driver.
I don't remember that.
That's me.
Huh.
So I'm the driver. Or as, you know, you would usually throw up your two
Is that what you do?
That's what you used to do in pictures.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
For many, many years.
I don't remember such things.
Well, yeah, and I always asked you, I'm like, what the fuck is up with two? And you're like, you're number two. You're the second wife.
Yeah, well, yeah. yeah, technically. I guess I was right.
Well, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, well, hi, guy.
Katie's side tour.
And I promise there's no bitching in this one.
What? Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's on a good note. There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend, though. There's the Tattoo Expo that's going down in the Springs.
Right.
Coral Springs, South Florida.
Okay. Not really close to us, but, you know, it's within 300 miles.
4.5 hours or so. Fetcon is going on in St. Pete this weekend, and Sushi's there, and Jess is there. Everybody, there's a lot of shit going on.
Right.
I had people call 𝓚𝓪𝓽𝓼 from
I remember Flint.
Right, 321. We are 321. Anyway, he's
a guy who produces and stars in porn.
Correct. He is also a rapper, and
still. Okay.
Yeah, he's still.
You look at me like I know.
No,
I don't know what he's doing.
No, he's still putting out music, and he and his girlfriend, this woman Jillian, she's in the industry too.
Okay.
Anyway, they want to know what we're doing tonight. I'm like, oh, we're doing a show.
Sure.
After that, I'm like, I would love to see you, but can I see you another time? Like, I feel like such as like a stick in the mud or something, because I don't want to go to any of the after parties. I didn't want to go to the convention.
Well, the last time we went to the fetish convention where they have it, neither one of us were we liked the previous place better.
Right.
Is really the problem.
Right, because they had split it up into two different rooms.
And I have no idea how they're doing it now. Maybe it's completely different.
I don't know, but it looked nice.
Yeah?
I think it was their 20-year anniversary or 10-year anniversary that they've been doing this. Yeah.
Big fetish convention in the area.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, I've been seeing some pictures. If you're listening live, it's going on today and tomorrow too. Sunday's the last day. So
if you're not listening live, you missed it. It's too late.
Well, then
you can look at pictures probably on Twitter.
Yeah, plan for next year.
You
know?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Get some whippy smacky in.
Something.
In the sunshine.
Get something. Well, that too. And you were filming something tomorrow anyway.
Yes. You and I are filming tomorrow.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. In a non-nudity.
Non-nudity. It's kind of funny.
I don't know about the movie. They could have all kinds of weird nudity that we just don't know about.
No. The director Chris Leto he's not as nudity drawn.
Nude heavy.
Right.
Okay.
Well, at least that I've noticed.
You're not sure.
No. I mean, the movie is called Death Below, but it's not a porn.
Yeah.
And apparently it's not a horror. It's not a horror either. I feel bad because I didn't read the whole script. I just kind of memorized my parts.
Why would you? Why see it when it comes out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a small role in something. Why do you? I don't need to know what the story is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just need to know what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Fine.
I'm not spoiling it for myself.
There you go. You'll have a better surprise when you see it. Whenever it comes out.
I like that.
Right. So that's part of the reason we have, we do the show and you had shooting something tomorrow. So you can't go to Fetcon when you. And then after parties, it's like, well, I kind of have to do this stuff from last week.
We could, but
yeah,
it'd be during the day, but we already do stuff during the days on Sunday. It's anyway.
Yeah, you're just making old people excuses, basically. That's all.
Here it is. Well, I am old.
So goddamn tired.
What do you want me to do?
It's my sciatic.
Shut up. Tommy Lee, you know how he's got this ginormous, big old donkey dong
drummer
of a dick.
From the 80s hair band Motley Crue. Okay, if you don't know, I don't
they
could be young, not sure.
They recently came out with a movie about him that everybody saw. So I mean, the kids are familiar with who Tommy Lee is. Anyway.
Sure they are.
Well, he's got a gigantic dong.
My mommy used to love him. I used to listen to him all the time. Mom,
she said she blew him under a table. After his show.
Talking about Tommy Lee, Mom.
We talk about Tommy Lee in this house.
Anyway, what's Tommy Lee doing? Is he doing a rap duo with what's his nuts?
No. He put out a nude video a nude picture of himself on Instagram.
Okay.
And
it's like 60 something, isn't he?
He's in his 50s.
Late 50s, right?
I think so. Mid-late 50s.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway.
Find out.
So he's just sitting there with this picture of him and his huge dong just there. And
well, if he's going to do pictures, I mean.
Well, he said it was by mistake, and it was there for 5 hours. for 5 hours.
Did that slip out?
Nobody complained.
Really?
Right.
And he probably has a pretty good. Where was it? Instagram? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually they're very anti-dong. They're anti-nipple, let alone anti-dong.
Dude, you could if you have maybe a shade of an areola. Thank God mine are so light because I would have got in trouble for a couple.
Well, I mean, you do have to factor in evil lady nipples, and like lady nipples are evil, and they're all going to drive us to go end the world in some kind of nuclear disaster.
Dude, the bots
because we saw an areola.
The bots probably saw his fucking dong and were like, "That can't be a penis."
Sure.
They're like, "No, that's got to be something else."
Right. Nobody cared for 5 minutes. We know now, though.
5 hours.
It's pretty mind-blowing, really.
Dude, my friend Sherry already has a T-shirt with the picture on it.
Well, I mean, even if it was 5 seconds, somebody would have that image.
Screen grab or something.
I mean, do we really? I mean, he's 59, by the way. So
59.
59.
Well, whatever. He's got the fucking hog of a hose.
Okay, sure. I mean, they get longer as you get older.
And the balls get lower.
They definitely get lower.
Yeah,
you can't fight gravity.
Well,
You've been pulling down in your nutsack for 59 years already, Tommy Lee.
They do scrotum lifts.
Scrotum lifts?
They do like facelifts for your balls.
Okay. Why balls? Like, even a good looking ball is still a ball.
Some people like balls.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
Well,
I mean, some people like balls, but I'm just saying. To me, I mean, a pair of nuts is a pair of nuts, and really, like, what's a good looking nut? Okay. I don't even know.
That's a good looking nut you got there.
What is a bad looking nut might be like some sort of elephantitis or like something's black falling off.
No,
it would have to be something like that, right?
I got frostbite on my balls.
Well, I bet that fucking happens too.
But what
people in the Great White North get a frozen nut during the winter.
Well, I'm sure the water
February nut.
Well, because there's no nut in November, so
right. It's gotta happen after.
It'll just fall off.
It's gotta be February.
You get no nuts this month.
No nuts.
No nuts.
Anyway,
but what I was saying is when you're talking about gravity, the water in the toilet is probably cold, and if they get like droopy enough, they like touch the water.
Yeah, okay, that's
a good reason for a lift.
Pretty severe case, I guess. You wind up to hang them over your dick. At that point, you get some piercings. Do something here.
I haven't seen many old balls, so I don't really know what happens to them.
Fishing net and just prop them up.
Oh, that is hilarious. I had the fucking best visual in my head. I'm just like, they're just one of those little like minnow catchers beside the toilet. Where it's like, what's that for? Do you have a fish and die?
Keep my nuts out of the water. They droop.
Keep my nuts out of the water.
I mean, really, you could just
or Shark Tank,
let them dangle, whatever. Get yourself a nice little bidet seat and let them rip, tater chip. Just let them hanging in the water. What's gonna happen to you? It's just whatever. Clean your bowl. Who cares? Let them nuts drag in that water. Should be sucking no nuts anyway. It serves you right for fucking for goblin chode.
There's people that like their balls licked and sucked. You used to?
Okay. I'm still not telling you if my nuts hit the water. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Or maybe I should, and then that way you would get less aggressive around my balls.
That's not true.
What?
I would still get very aggressive.
Yeah, you would. You're right. You definitely would.
That's how I roll.
So what's Tommy Lee doing again?
Nothing. Everyone's like all freaking out.
Got away with an Instagram dong.
Well, because apparently a lot of people, they just kind of thought that they were exaggerating on that made-for-TV
What do you mean?
thing, Pam and Tommy. Wait, about Tommy's size. Because I don't think a lot of people have seen, a lot of younger people have seen the Pam and Tommy videos.
It's fucking Tommy's best tapes. Work, really.
Right. So they probably didn't believe it when they're like, yeah, his dick's really that big. It's like, no, it's
you
that
zesty
big.
Motherfuckers. Let me let you in on something here.
Have a Coke float and sit down for a minute.
Just saying, back in the 1900s, if you're going to get something like CGI'd, what are you talking about? Why don't you watch some movies from the 90s and you tell me, do you think they could fucking recreate that dong in a fucking believing way? Like, really? What did he spend? $25 million on some fucking graphics? No, it didn't exist, weirdos. That shit's a home movie right there. Well, that's all dong, all day.
That was very home movie. It's not like Boogie Nights where at the end he like takes us the dick that's like totally the wrong color.
I'm just,
like the wrong shade. He's just like flops it out.
Like, well, maybe they had like a porn star stand in for him. No, that's just Tommy Lee's dick.
No, he is the porn star.
There are literally hundreds of women who can attest to, who have dealt with that dick.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Even with the video proof, there's like, there's no denying.
A ton of people going, no, for sure that's his dick. Yeah, no, that really is.
Seen it.
Yeah, and the camera's not adding any weight. That is all dick. All day.
10 pounds of cock.
Just saying.
All dick all day.
You wouldn't think a girl that small could take it like that, would you?
Oh, that's kind of funny because I was thinking about that too. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is that, I wonder how big you could stretch a pussy. Like, what would be on record?
Your pussy?
How could you? Not mine.
Well,
no.
I thought you were asking for personal. What are you going for? World record here? You want to make a record book somewhere?
No.
Okay, so we'll start stuffing.
Start stuffing. Thanksgiving's coming.
You're gonna have to have a training arc. Surpass your limits. You have to do something. Pretty big though, because here again, I remind you all the time, babies come out of there, and some babies got some big ass fucking heads.
But not only just babies though, but we've seen some women shove things up there that are absolutely huge. So I was just wondering, because this Guinness World Book of Records, they have a lot of categories that you wouldn't really get like, huh, that's in there. Interesting.
Like,
I mean, just like some weird shit.
Like the biggest thing shoved up a lady's vagina.
Well, that's why I took a little peeky
World record vag.
And I would see, but the average pussy is only 3 to 4 inches long, which means if you're a smaller dude in the dick section and you like pussy, then, you really don't have, you can hit the bottom.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When sexually aroused, we can expand 200%.
Okay.
Like a balloon, they said.
Go gadget cunt.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah. Optimus Prime.
I mean, and really, you got to remember, this is made out of tissue here. So we're not talking about, there's not some kind of weird, like, iron gate inside of there that is made out of concrete and steel. It's, it's stretchy.
Yes.
It's like Jigglypuff inside there. It just fucking stretches.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Big. I mean, large, huge.
Cavernous.
Gargantuan.
Right.
I mean, and that's not even getting into some like Berserk style shoving either. You know what I mean?
No, and I have seen some
I mean, there's some
like digital computer porn
that gets really super extreme.
Oh yeah. Where I mean, there's some sort of alien dude with some gigantic veiny cock, and then there's this woman who's naked, and it's basically as big as she is.
I'm sure there's some people in Dubai who have like tortured women to shove giant things up their snizzes. Maybe not necessarily Dubai, but you get the idea.
Yeah,
some prince somewhere, Saddam Hussein's kids. They were probably shoving all kinds of giant stuff in there. Oh, look, whole bowling ball. Easy.
Oh, bowling ball. Oh, and
you know
I've
what I mean?
Seen that too. I've seen, I thought the champagne bottle back end first was pretty large. I'm like, how did you manage? And that was like in the asshole.
That was a magnum too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you?
I think butts go bigger.
How do you prime
I think you could get way more in a butt. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, then you're introducing,
butt baby.
Then you're introducing, boy technology here. And their ever competitiveness to shove giant
to be gaping.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, some of the largest size queens that I've ever known were guys, like people without vaginas.
Agree. No, I have to agree with you because there
are very, very few ladies that I've met that were really like
gaping,
into that kind of a thing. You'd never meet them, dudes. I at least 2-3 dozen. I mean, at minimum 2 or 3 dozen that we have known personally
on how far they can stretch their hole.
And that is like they are after shoving bigger things and bigger things and bigger things.
Well, some women are like that though in their pussies.
I'm just saying. I'm not running into them, and we live in Florida. Like, I mean, if there was some pussy stretching going on, it'd be down here, right? Right?
Well, I'm sure it's everywhere. Just some people don't want to talk about it and say, oh my God, you've got to see my pussy stretcher.
But I'm just saying, if there were some gaping ass women, you would figure we would have run into one. We're like,
yeah,
really,
that's
I
true.
can't remember one that was, I mean,
No. Actually, we do know someone personally who likes to be fisted.
No, yes, we have, yeah, okay.
Because I remember I found out I used to have this glove. It's called like a Foco Umo or something. It's a glove.
It's a Foco Umo, man.
And
one of them Foco Umo gloves, buddy. That'd be awesome.
And it's got little pads on each finger, and it's got a battery pack on the wrist. What?
I was thinking like one of those Hulk fists or something,
Puss smash.
Right. No.
You wouldn't like me, would it? Well, there's the She-Hulk that's out now, or it's coming out.
Well, finish your story about your Chevy Snatchy.
Oh, sorry, I kicked a pussy. So there's little vibrating pads that are on the fingers, and there's a battery pack that's on the wrist, and it sounds, I used to call it the bee glove because it sounds like bees.
Okay.
When you put them by your ear.
Right.
Anyway, so they vibrate, and you can put them inside or give massages or whatever. But she used to like to get fisted with the glove. She told me that after she returned it to me because she borrowed it and she didn't tell me what I she didn't say she was
Why
going to
would
get
you?
fisted with
Wait
it.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Massage, because it's
Okay.
never been inside someone. It's just been like on someone's shoulders or whatever. So or like,
really, I know you guys were just dirty porn store workers. Like whatever.
no, this is way after. This was down in South Florida. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I thought, well, it is washable. So, but that's how I found out she liked to be fisted, because she liked the vibration.
Okay, but the people that the ladies that we've known that were into fisting, it wasn't like they were into like no, I want to next be able to fit this larger thing, and this generally the fisting was the thing. Like that was the top of the hill.
And I really haven't seen much larger than, besides the bowling ball and like bowling pin, but like horse cocks or
Amazing tie. I mean, those things were like
yeah, but I'm talking
You know.
about other than just like a handful of people. I'm talking about like on a reg.
on normal people, right? Normal people that like to stretch.
What you do? No.
We can stretch a badge.
Because I mean, I remember that there was at one point I had 2 dildos in my puss. Well, I had 2 people too, but
right.
not 4 total. I mean, those are 2 separate times.
What? Trying to do the math here.
Anyway, that was not comfortable, and I don't want to do that again like that.
Fine. You were fine.
I know I was fine.
You were okay.
A couple days later,
Whatever. Whatever.
It's still-
It goes snaps right back.
it's still a fun birthday. Well, yeah, they say you can't stretch it out if by fucking getting
Ramming
it
things
pounded
into
out.
it.
Yeah.
No, that's what they say.
Well, but I'm sure if it's like they're thinking about like normal dicks and like having sex or even like doing porn, I don't think they're talking about, hey, let's see if this Fetcon fits, you know, and it forces you down on it. Well, yeah.
It always goes back. What do you mean? You're fine.
Well, yeah, I guess it's kind of like if
Shove
you
away.
gauge my crotch.
I mean, at some point, I'm sure it's going to be dangerous. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to be like up in them guts, That's, you know, I mean, we've seen that. We've seen the end of things that, like, you see it go into their fucking thorax.
Their abdomen.
There you go. Like, but right up in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can actually see the outline. But I've seen that also with like really petite girls and BBCs too.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like,
Staggering.
like, wow. And then if they were really petite and they were getting fucked from behind, like you could like see, I'm like, holy shit, you look like you're going to get spit roasted.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
But it's more fun.
I'm thinking, how are you not dead with a perforated
'Cause
colon?
It's super stretchy. It's just like Kirby. Just goes right around it. You're fine. You're okay.
Fine.
Whatever.
Whatever.
The guts just get out of the way. You'll live. It'll be okay.
Well, speaking who's not living, Anne Heche is dead.
Right.
She died yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss
heartbroken.
Batshit was being her batshit self, and
Oh, yeah, well,
she
we
was
don't
fucked
really
up
know.
on something. Well, yeah, we do.
Do we?
Yes,
We know.
she was on a podcast before she died, and
She like wrecked her car into a house or something.
yeah, she fucking left the where they were doing the podcast. She drove into a building, and then I'm not a building, a house,
Okay.
and it caught on fire.
Okay.
Well, but they said in the beginning of the podcast, they're like, oh, we don't even know if we're going to even make it through this because she was already fucked up.
Oh.
And they said,
Okay.
and TMZ reported when they were filming her, as they were like yelling at her, like, what are you doing? She still had the bottle of liquor that she'd been drinking on the podcast in the front seat of the car. Like she was still drinking in the car as she was leaving.
Really?
Yes. And then
Okay.
they also said that she seemed like, I mean, we don't know yet, toxicology hasn't come out yet, but that she was on, there was more going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is all rumor and innuendo at this point, really. You besmirch her whatever name.
Okay.
You know, but worse yet, the people doing the podcast are just like, okay, see you later. Take it
Yeah, they
easy.
let her go.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
just saying, what do you know?
can't
Come
like really
on.
Baker act somebody, I suppose.
Whatever. You're so concerned now that she died from running into a house, but you weren't concerned. I mean,
When she left,
you know
right?
what I mean? you know what I mean?
Maybe she fucking threatened him, like, look, took out a fucking knife and be like, you goddamn let me go or I will cut you. Because she's done that before. She's threatened someone with weapons.
Has she?
Yes.
I'm not really down with my Anne Heche lore. You know what I mean? She's not really on my radar so much.
Well, mine either, but it's like, all I
Wasn't
remember.
she with Ellen DeGeneres?
It was either Ellen or Madonna, one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they were
both,
together.
maybe? We're not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know she was with chick for a while, then she was with dude for a while, and now she's like, grr, I'm a lesbian. So
That's the way it goes sometimes.
I don't know. Well, now she's not really like anything. She's like,
Wow. I'm even trying to develop a mental picture of Anne Heche. I mean, I kind of know.
Ellen with a little bit longer hair.
Yeah, like tiny blonde chick, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like my mom if she was in her 40s.
Oh, please stop. No, please don't.
All right. Well, that wasn't a bad thing.
Okay. I guess.
Okay.
Sure, it wasn't.
I gotcha.
Right. It's awesome.
So there's a statue of Korean Jesus.
Of what?
Korean Jesus.
Okay. I mean, that's important to have a Korean Jesus, really.
But wait. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Because they have them. It's like I was talking to Calvin on FKN Deliciousness, and he looks like a manga Jesus.
Does he?
Like a 14-year-old manga Jesus, because he is ripped. Like,
Okay.
Like you made fucking Jesus
Yeah,
jacked.
you made him swolt. You gave him a fucking 8-pack. Well, yeah, I mean, he's the son of God. I'm just saying.
Like, he's so muscular, you can't even cross his legs. They had to put him separate.
It makes more sense to me, really.
And he's just like, I'm so mad. Like, it's just...
Well, he is nailed to a cross, literally. I mean,
I know that.
I mean, if you're going to be mad about something, really, that might be the time.
This is
So
understandable.
angry with you guys. So angry.
Why did you put a soccer ball on my head?
What?
It's like a soccer ball on the top
Well,
part.
you know.
I don't know. Give me the goal.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
That Jesus statue is like tickled you. It almost looks like somebody's version of Swolt Buddy Jesus. You know what I mean?
Well, no, that's like his like cousin or something. He's like, hey, I'm Shaggy, like the cool guy.
Right.
The other one's like, beefcake.
Right. I mean, but it really, Swolt Jesus makes a lot more sense to me than skinny Jesus. I mean, to me, you're the son of God. I mean, the Alpha, the Omega. But I mean, you'd be ripped, right? I mean, I've seen anime. I know how this works.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to go to an episode of Rule 34. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you a little bit of history. So stick around. And welcome back to Kinky Katie's World, Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, and RadioChaos.net. You can get me on the Twitter later at Kinky Katie Radio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, and KinkyKatieRadio@gmail.com. You can Google me, because I like it. You can also get me on YouTube. You can see me. Dude, I haven't had coffee in a while, and this coffee is actually quite nice.
It's tasty.
It is. It's tasty.
Right.
But it's also...
I mean, what is tasty coffee anyway? I mean, if you're asking some guy, you know what I mean? There are people that really have a different opinion of coffee.
I like it bitter like my soul.
I'm just saying.
Some people are just like, I like sweet bean juice with cow titty milk.
Uh-huh, right. I kind of like that too.
Yeah, you like coffee flavored sugar milk.
But hey, back away. Lady, don't you tell me.
Whatever.
No,
I'm just
that's not how I would describe it at all.
I'm just jealous because
Negative.
I can't have it.
Right.
See?
Right.
I want that
So why are you
delicious...
shit talking my Joe? You're shit talking.
'Cause that's all I know.
You're shit talking.
Whatever. It's my defense mechanism.
I mean, it's not like you're busting out the like flow through. You know, you're not doing any special coffee for me. I'm just so glad I get some coffee.
I want that Yoo-hoo stuff.
It's really the 7-Eleven iced coffee.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I mean, it is, but it is there. You can feel your fucking blood sugar go up about for 2 weeks after you've. I mean, it is amazingly sweet. Just astounding, and that's coming from me.
I know, and I had one good healthy sip because I'm like, how sweet could it be? And then I started to sweat. I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
I'm like, that was a lot of sugar.
Well, like you couldn't tell. I mean, it's loaded. You know, 7-Eleven iced coffee, mocha, whatever.
Or then when people buy up Starbucks and stuff, like, I don't understand why I'm gaining weight. I don't know. Do you know what you're drinking?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you get. Like, if you're getting like espresso,
I'm talking like a fucking like double chocolate frappuccino with extra whip.
Any of the good stuff.
I know. I used to work for a Starbucks and it was delicious.
I've never been a big fan of that like style of like. I mean, I like a bakery coffee. You know, like a Dunkin' Donuts. You know, Tom Horton. One of those, Tim Horton. It's in Canada. They have good coffee. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll take your word for it because I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
They might have in Minnesota too. I don't know. There are some in America. Anyway, that style of coffee, but the whole Starbucks, you know, make it as bitter as you possibly can. Routine. Yeah. Not my gig.
Well, they did make a blonde roast. Anyway, why are we talking about coffee?
I do like Cuban coffee though, and that's pretty bitter.
A little cafecito.
But it's balanced with tablespoons of sugar in a tiny cup. You know? Right the way it should be. You got to balance your bitter with some sweet. Right.
So I've been doing a little bit of arts and crafts lately, and by arts and crafts I mean there was a request for a titty print shirt by a friend and fan, so I wanted to say hello, and everything is all set and ready to go, and I'm sending it out on Monday, but I already told you that.
Right.
So yes.
The fun of imprinting your tits on t-shirts.
Yes, I paint my boobies, and I stick them onto stuff. Well, on shirts, and I also he got a clamp.
No, and stuff really.
Well, you got a clamp
stuff. I generally just leave them, whip them around anywhere I feel like it.
Well, it's usually t-shirts, you know. But then he also got a clam stamp, which is kind of self-explanatory. I paint my poussoir and stick it. So it gives a little sticky poo, and then write a little some, you know, horror flirty related on it, and then sign it. Yeah,
well, then what you're supposed to do is take a lot of psychedelics, stare at the image, and tell us how it makes you feel about your mother.
Oh,
right.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what he wants to think about. He wants his mother when he's staring at prints of my boobs.
I don't know what you're doing, Mom. But I didn't see anything.
Or throwing on one of the videos.
Right.
There was one time, too, he had asked a question on Facebook. He's like, what was your first impression? Like, it was just kind of one of those, just answer whatever. So he's like, what was your first impression of me, or your first thoughts when you first met me? And people are saying, like, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And in my head, and I just put it down. I'm like, oh, geez, I bet he's seen me naked. And he has, so because he's a fan of the Sleazebox and Gator Blade films. So
well, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, super nice guy. So anywho, oh my goodness. Oh, so here's your little bit of history, and this is kind of the more you know, little interesting factoid. That's if it's true. I mean, I really don't think this is true, but it says that in 1882, okay, a London prostitute, 𝓚𝓲𝓷𝓴𝔂, whatever, invented the first eyelash extensions.
Okay.
And called them Cumbrellas.
I wonder if that actually helps keep jizz out of your eyes.
So she wanted a way to block the semen from getting into prostitutes' eyes, and they were getting cum shots on their faces. This is now 140 years later. It has become a makeup fashion trend.
I saw a problem. I made a product,
and it worked. We did roll blind.
I didn't realize that could even. I mean, it kind of just doesn't seem like, you know.
But they didn't.
Now you have now. I mean, like, how does it protect your eyes from jizz? You know what I mean?
The word umbrella wasn't even a thing. It was parasol.
That's what I'm saying. It's fake news.
And it I mean,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
like mayo parasol.
I mean, it literally was probably just eyelash extensions, just so you had longer eyelashes, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just because I find them more attractive.
Right.
Not cum catchers. Because if you sleep with cum catchers on your eyes, you know, your dreams will come true and it will keep the bad dreams away. It's like a dream catcher, but in England.
Oh, okay.
Little known thing.
That's why they're called cum catchers.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. They're going back to the whole Guinness Book of World Record thing is like the weirdy ones.
Right.
Excuse me. What do you think in the book is for a dude with the most genital piercings?
I'm going to go with 64.
Oh, no, you're way off, sweetie heart. He is 62 years old, but how many?
See, that's what I was thinking. I was definitely age is what I was going for there.
Right. That's what I thought. So how many piercings on his...
1,280.
No. Anyway.
What?
So what he has 278 just on his genitals alone.
Are we counting both ends of a hole here? Because I think you're overcounting because that's just, when it goes through both sides, that's just one piercing.
Correct.
I don't think that's two there.
Well,
I think that's,
I have plenty of pictures of him, and it kind of looks like that they're very small rings, very close together. So,
ring.
I would imagine this is just his face around his mouth and his eyes.
Right.
So
he went full pincushion. Your search algorithm's been quite handing you the body-bodied type people the last few weeks.
Yeah, no,
because
that's true.
That's almost like literally like a safety pin, like you had 100 safety pins and you were like beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, no, that's true. I don't know.
How's that look?
What? How does it?
I said it has that look.
Oh, it does.
Like he just every once in a while just goes beep. I want to put another one through. Beep.
I got a spot. That's why I'm leaving some spots. I'm just gonna fill them in.
Right, like getting in between all of those to get the funk. You know what I mean? Like piercing funk.
Ooh.
It would be an issue when you have like hundreds of them. You know what I mean? Like cleaning would be an adventure.
It would be a quite lengthy daily routine.
Right. You dip your whole head into a vat of isopropyl alcohol. Is that what we're doing? Hydrogen peroxide?
Hot soapy salt water. Just stick your whole bowl scrotum in it.
You just have
let
to
it sit, soak.
climb into a dishwasher and let it run.
Maybe. Switch a Tide Pod your mouth.
Right.
Cascade.
And when you get yourself a nasty snatch, then what happens? I mean, you're going to be picking snatch juice out of your jewelry for the next 10 months.
Like, how hard would it be to shave?
Does hair even grow?
Well,
questions abound.
Well, this might help. There's a chick. She is the most pierced woman, and she's got 400 in her pussy.
That I believe.
Yeah, she's got.
That's how. I mean, a lady pussy can span. You know what I mean? There's more surface area there.
There's more meat.
I'm just saying, you could have rows of teeth going into that bitch.
Did you know there's a movie about that?
Rows of there's an old like
horror
Greek
movie.
fable. There's like an old thing. That's an old thing. I forget what it's called. Like ladies with teeth in their vag.
Oh, this is a horror movie called Teeth, where she does have teeth in her pussy. Oh. Like someone tries to finger her, and it's like, argh! Like fucking like bites his hand off and shit, or his fingers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I asked you if it was okay. You said yes. Jesus.
Maybe she didn't know.
What do you? Oh, she didn't know. It's your pussy. What are you talking about? I never noticed the giant set of
choppers,
monster critter like teeth inside my snatch.
I froze some teeth.
I never
like
quite caught that before.
Shark.
I was wondering why. Like I would go to the grocery store buy 3 pounds of ground beef. I go to cook it and there's only 2 pounds there. I didn't know what happened, and it'd be drippy. I didn't know. Is that what was going on?
It wakes me up in the middle of the night. It makes me sleepwalk to the fucking fridge. Just
drags you in there.
Cram fucking raw meat into your vag.
Just say it's got to eat. Apparently, raw meat.
Maybe it's so far back though that
the teeth are.
I have no idea. I didn't watch the movie, so I'll watch a review on it tomorrow or something like that. So, because I'm sure there's one out there. Mm-hmm. I'm sure James A. Janice.
Wait, why do you tell me about something if you don't have a complete story? That's annoying. Should have seen the look on Katie's face when she realized we had watched like a 23-hour video on, this Japanese comic Berserk. We were talking about it last week a little bit. And we get up to about the 20th hour. And she's like, well, I'm going to get to see how it ends. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You don't know? She's, what do you mean? The guy who wrote that died before he ended it. Like, he died last year. Miura, Kentaro Miura, he wasn't finished writing it. He knew what he was going to do. So it doesn't end. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, sorry.
Just watch this entire goddamn video. What do you mean this is it?
I got emotionally invested in this. I actually know all these characters.
Well, what happened? It's like, but no. It's like,
right.
It's like, and I don't usually get invested in shit like this because I'll be on my fucking laptop, or my tablet on the couch, and you're watching whatever. But you'll watch so many hours of it
really
that
do
I can't
watch a
help
ridiculous amount of that kind of shit.
That I can't help but like pay attention, or because in the beginning I'm just like, oh my god, it's another one, Jesus fucking Christ. So I'll just start to, and then I'm like, wait a minute,
what's going on here?
I'm like, no, because that guy's doing something behind that other guy's back. I'm like, but that's not true. And
you started to understand the twisted nature of that story. It's just wild, and there's all kinds of fucked up shit that happens.
Where did the goddamn flower elf come from? Was it all in his head or was it real?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He killed it. There's nobody out there that's like, okay.
Oh, no, a lot of people have read Berserk or like seen some of the anime and stuff. So people are familiar. I mean, some people are. It's not like completely unknown.
I like the hard R word.
Berserk
rhymes with grape.
Right. There's a lot of that in there.
A lot of it.
A ton of it. Everybody's getting forced to do all kinds of stuff. Across the board.
There's like nothing consensual.
No.
Maybe one time.
No.
When the main dude, Griffith, looks the one who looks like a girl. I swear all the guys look like girls and all the girls look like girls. So half time
you're throwing around that all kind of a thing. The main character does not look like a girl at all. But Guts,
not Guts. No. I'm talking about Griffith.
Pretty burly. He's missing an arm and an eyeball.
Right, but he's only like 14, so whatever.
Well, when it started, yeah. When it ended, he was looking like he was 60, but he was pretty beat to shit.
Well, he kind of was.
Yeah, right. He's pretty durable, though. What are you going to do? Anyway, the point was watching your face realize that the guy died. Like, yeah, no, they completely everybody wanted him to finish this. And,
right.
I just dropped out of a grabber.
Well, I know the people were like, yeah, but I'm too afraid.
Yeah, well, no,
what if I finish and people are like, oh, fuck you.
But they are going to finish it. They're his best friend or whatever is going to take over and
collabed with him on earlier ones. So
yeah. Like, and would talk to him all the time about the story and where he was planning on going. So, there's hope.
There's hope you'll get. Hands.
This isn't like the Netflix thing that they did for 1 or 2 seasons.
Oh my god!
And you got invested, and it just never shows back up. And why did I watch this? I didn't have to watch this at all.
It's like, but wait a minute, there's a whole other season. Well, why can't I find it anywhere? It's out.
Right.
But where?
Sorry.
It's not even.
You don't get the end.
It's not even on Crunchyroll.
It eventually came around.
But when now I know that we just kind of went, but going back to the woman who has the most piercings on her puss.
Right.
Okay. And we're talking about like shaving, like how to get rid of hair.
Okay.
Because I would imagine even putting like depilatory cream, we might get in.
You just gotta have a lot of cleaning of stuff.
Well, it says like the hair on your head usually last like 7 years, but they said that your pubic hair only has like a life expectancy of about 3 weeks. This is why it only grows so long. And I'm thinking, but wait a minute, hold on a second. Well, because if you've seen even some girls now, or, 70s styles, women, 60s, I mean, they've got fucking bush. I mean, and it's like
God intended.
And you got like the Elvis sideburns coming down the inner thigh. You know?
Right.
They got like spider legs sticking out of bikini bottoms. Like, it's just, it's scary. I'm thinking. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen some woogie bitches, and
but you don't see a whole lot of like Rapunzel, like actual Rapunzel. I mean, it gets bushy and shit, but it gets like that pelty bushy. You know what I mean? It gets thick, but not necessarily lengthy and like flowing.
Well, see, I mean, that's
even on the legs, same thing. It only gets so long. Arms, legs, even on a furry fucker, like on a furry, your muscle bear. You know what I mean? Think about your muscle bear boy that you were talking about last week. Your muscle bear boy, like he's got a pelt. It's pelty.
Oh yeah.
But it's not getting fucking where it could be like combed out and like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like Bigfoot style. It's not Bigfoot.
You're not a goddamn border collie.
See what I'm saying? So there's some truth to something. There's something to that, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe just the crotchile area is just so corrosive that,
Well, it does bleach out black underwear.
Right. I mean, there's some corrosive. You get running around in the Florida heat. I mean, it's swampy out there. You know what a crotch is like down in the middle of the summer in Florida?
Yeah, I'm very aware. I'm like, okay, I'm very moist, and not in a good way.
I can't believe you said the M word.
It's all right, I did.
Right.
Because you know why?
Why?
I could do it.
It's more of a visual joke for you audio listeners.
I don't give a fucking.
That was very loud.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not.
You're like making me work. Right.
Did you know that? Here's another little fun factoid. Because I know you want to know. And since it is,
I didn't ask.
Don't care. This is not that show. Anyway, it says pussies have something in common with sharks. And I thought that was interesting because remember I looked up that one little thing about sharks. Now Elle was like, shark. And it was just, it's got the teeth.
Right. No, that's what they have in common. They eat men when they get hungry.
They can smell fresh blood in the water.
Right.
They know your fear.
They can sense fear. And if you smack them on the nose, they run away.
Black eyes. like a doll's eyes.
Classic movie line.
Anyway, well, both pussies and sharks contain this thing called
a snatch.
Squalene.
All right,
it's a medical on me. It's a substance that exists in both shark livers and natural vaginal lubricant.
Okay, so shark livers have a pussy type slickness to them.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if that means you can fuck a shark liver. Find yourself a great white in the wild.
I'm sure if you
slit it open, go to town.
I'm sure if you cut it open and like had it in your hands, it's still warm. I mean, you just stick a slit in it and fuck it.
Slick like a snatch,
like an organ.
It would be.
It is an organ.
Are sharks warm? Are they warm? Like when you cut them open? I don't know. I don't think I've ever cut open a shark while it was. You know what I mean? Well, I'm just saying they come from the cold depths. I mean, how warm is the inside of a shark?
Well, there are warm water sharks or sharks that prefer warm water.
Okay, but you're not hearing me. Is it like mammal warm? Like you know what I mean?
Are they cold blooded? No, they're not a reptile.
Well, they're not. They're fish. But what is
right.
I mean, fish have blood. They have blood. They're warm blooded.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would imagine it would be.
Well, that's why also when you catch tunas, you can't run them too fast because then their body will get too hot and then they'll cook themselves.
They do
from
cook
the inside
themselves,
out.
right.
See,
so you got to cool them down by dragging them around a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, so you don't kill the meat.
That's right. You fucking ruin it.
See what you guys find out on the show. I mean, you learn stuff.
Right. You learn that you can fuck yourself a shark liver. Like if you're on Naked and Afraid and you need some lube because the fucking... Jesus, you're like wrecking stuff. What? Are you okay over there?
No.
Right. So if you're on Naked and Afraid and you need some lube for the fifi you just made out of a palm tree... Right, you done fashioned a fuck toy out of a coconut, and you need some high end lube for that. You can go get yourself a shark liver and try that out, right? Mm-hmm. Cook up the rest of the liver, just concentrate the oil. I'm sorry, you can't have that oil. That's for my masturbation fifi.
You can eat the shark if you
my
want
nut.
I just
are you just what's going on over there?
I just
stop grabbing stuff. What is happening? You're flailing. What's going on?
I just spilled coffee all over. I went to take a sip because I went to laugh and it's just like I'm like.
You can't do it.
Can't do what? Huh? Oh.
Wow. Wow. Anyway,
yeah.
What are you doing? What's happening? We had shark liver. That was the last thing you were on.
Yeah.
What's next on your list, lady?
Oh, there was a guy. He complained to cops about his hooker that he hired. What the hell kind of stupidity is that? You don't call the cops and be like, "Oh, she wasn't that great. She'll give me my money back."
Everybody knows you go and leave her a bad Google review.
Yelp.
Yeah. This whore don't suck.
Oh my god.
She literally don't suck. Fuck that shit.
He was 19 years old.
Well, there you go.
And he said he paid a pair of girls $60 to perform some sex acts and show them her tits.
Okay. $60?
Yeah.
Wow. It sounds like you didn't spend a lot of money to get two girls to come in. I mean, you have to wonder, if you're these two girls, do you want to go fuck this dude for $60? If you're trying to make a living, they're just going to rob you. I mean, that's the whole point.
Well, they know that, but the kid doesn't know that. He's only 19. He's probably like, "Officer, you need to go get them. They stole my money and they wouldn't suck my dick."
Well, that's why you see...
Give me the penguin.
You hear a lot of stories about guys getting robbed by prostitutes and stuff, that it does happen.
Yeah, people say that happens a lot.
Consequently is, I think, why a lot of prostitutes get killed. Like, imagine that. You know what I mean? You have some kind of disagreement about money. Not every prostitute that got killed because somebody was a serial killer. Some of them were like, "Where's my wallet?" Like, even if they had their wallet, you know what I mean? You can identify with that. You just think somebody took something and you go fucking spider buggy, and then that dude just ain't having it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I'm not going as far as, to kill somebody.
Wow. Stab it, bitch. Where's my money? You got to go back to fucking Riri on the corner and explain why you don't got no money and you went to a hotel room, right? What do you think's going to happen then? Daddy wants his money.
And he wants it now.
That's right.
That's right.
I saw you go in that room with that dude. Where's my money?
Oh, boy.
You know the rules.
Well, that kind of reminds me of this one article that I saw. This guy got in trouble because he thought that his... Of course, it's Florida.
Right.
Florida. Anyway, he thought his girlfriend was being rough like 50 Shades of Grey.
Right.
He beat the fucking piss out of her. Thought she was just... Because they were having an argument and then like it stopped and then she came at him. So he thought that they're having makeup sex, like grudge fucking or, like pissed off sex. So, cause she hit him or something, she assaulted him. And he came back at her like, "Oh, is this what you want, bitch?" Yes, get you hot. And she was fighting back.
But she was into it.
No.
Oh, she wasn't into it.
No, he thought that's what she wanted. And that was not the deal. So he got arrested.
Yeah. That's kind of the way it goes.
Yeah, it does go that way.
Dummy.
But it's but I don't
You know what?
I don't think that she was Like he was just saying it because he didn't want to get in trouble.
Right. He just threw it down. Yeah.
Went after her.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. For sure, the judge is sitting there looking at him going, okay, really? You just thought that was the thing to do. Right.
Yeah.
No, stop. You're an asshole. Like, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
She even called me Mr. Gray.
Just saying.
It's like, isn't that your name?
Right.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I just wanted to touch on this real quick. I know I don't like her. And
Heche, I know.
No, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well, yeah, she's kind of douchey.
Kind of?
Well, I mean, everything that we see about her is just so unidentifiable to either one of us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like weird little fruity bitches like that want you to spend $6,000 on some magical something or other. You know,
get this powder and make a $300 smoothie every morning.
It's just, that's douchey as fuck, and that's elitist and all of that.
What do you mean you can't afford it?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Right. You have to have 12-year-old virgin dust. That's what we call it when we get the blood of their first menstruation.
Well, and then two things.
You turn it into a powder and you eat it.
But two things that she suggested to people you should definitely not do to your pussy. She's like, steam your pussy. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What do you mean?
Just sits on the box.
It's wrinkly. Iron out the wrinkles.
And also,
what if you're into a steam pussy? You don't want to try.
But it helps to breed more bacteria.
I mean, you've seen banh mi before. Those are delicious looking, and those are steam buns.
Oh my god!
They are.
And the whole thing with jade, like you should not stick jade egg or anything jade toy like in your pussy because it's porous.
But it's so hard and you can you can mold it into whatever shit. What do you mean? It's beautiful. Shove that right in there.
You're horrible.
Hey, I never told, if anybody's listening to me on what to shove up your snatch, first of all,
it's your fault.
I mean, yeah. What is your decision making skills if you really you're
listening to you?
Right. You're coming to me for that. Second of all, obviously I don't have a pussy, so what the fuck would I know about what should or shouldn't be in a snatch?
You'd be surprised how many people know absolutely nothing about something, but they're like, I'm going to give you advice about it, so you're going to take it.
Right.
It's like, what?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, well, the reason I was talking about Gwyneth Paltrow is because I ran across this article on the, it was the Smoking Gun or New York Post, one of those, I don't remember, but, she was doing this podcast or something with this one girl. Her name's Hailey Bieber. She married Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Anyway, Stephen Baldwin.
Bieber's bitch.
She's Stephen Baldwin's daughter.
Wow.
One of the Baldwins.
We're going 5 levels deep on the Illuminati here.
Well,
Jesus.
Gwyneth tells the fucking chick, she's like, yeah, I fucked your dad in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Why would you do that to her? Like, why would you say that?
Oh, just then? Like, at that moment? I mean, that kind of, to be fair.
During the podcast.
To be fair, that does sound like a Katie maneuver at some point. Like, there have been stations in your life where I could have seen you doing, if you were in her position. I'm not saying in our position, but I'm saying in her position, you live in La La Land, right? Everybody's Hollywood, this, that, and the other. And whatever, you just get tired of that little hot bitch across from you and you want to knock her down a few pegs. So what do? You say, I fucked your father in the bathroom. Right. You have literally said that to people before.
Because I've literally done that to people before.
So literally what you are complaining about, you've done before to other people.
For spite.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So maybe little Paltrow there's got a little spite going on for little Miss Thang. You think you're little Miss Thang? Guess what? Banged your daddy. Just did him. Right there in the bathroom.
I just kissed you on the cheek. You smell that?
Sending you a jade egg for Christmas. Shove it right up there. Hold on, baby.
Steam it first. It's nice and hot.
Maybe next time, Daddy will like yours better.
Oh.
I came to me. What do you want?
Oh. Night with that prepubescent little scumbag looking He can't grow facial hair, but he's trying. Okay, I need to stop
flailing around. There's stuff in the room. My God.
I can't use the S word now.
Just cut it out. What S word?
I'm having spasms.
Oh, no, you are.
You're
fucking spastic.
Yes,
you
I'm
are.
being
You're
spastic.
twitchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Like somebody having a fucking seizure or something.
Yes.
Right. You smell burnt toast?
I had to check for a minute.
What does that smell like? I don't know.
Chode.
It kind of does sometimes.
Schmeg dip.
Oh. What's a cheese dip? Jesus.
Blue? No. It's like, no, I didn't want to.
Right.
Okay, we're going to go.
Are we?
Yeah, we're going to go. I hope everyone has a great rest of their night, week, month, shift, trip, whatever it is that you're doing, cleaning the house, running around, doing chores, errands, shit like that. I don't know. Do you have anything for me, SC?
What?
All right, guys. Well, coming out soon is going to be 𝓚𝓪𝓷𝓴𝔂, the rise of the Illuminati hotties, and also Death Blow. So I will let you know when those are going out, and you can still email me if you want some titty shirts. Yeah, and we will go over all the details then. So, on that note, kisses on your pink parts. Love you. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. I did it. Yay.
I like tacos and burritos.